Good afternoon, my people. Today we're trying to put up some squash. We've got so many. We've froze a good little bit of it, and we figured out a recipe, or watched a couple of recipes on water bathing squash for frying. Because when you can the stuff, it comes out way too mushy, for frying. It's okay for other dishes, casseroles and stuff, but we want some that we can fry up this winter when we're craving squash. So we're going to work our way through this. We've got, let me show you. In here, she's already cut up some here. We'll put it in jars like that. We're going to do quart jars. First, we've got to figure out how many pounds of squash we got and how far it's going to go before we make our mixture up. By the way, we started off by putting our jars in the dishwasher and sterilizing them. I'll tell you, it's better if you use the big mouth jars. We just don't have enough of them, so that's why we're using these jars instead. They're still quarts. We've already got our water bath heated up over here. I mean, it's not near boiling, but heated up some because it takes a while to get that big pot boiling. Let's continue on with cutting. What we decided to do is we're going to go ahead and put them all in the jars, see how many quart jars we fill up, and then we'll make our solution. Be the easiest way to find out how many quarts we need. Okay, we're going to make up enough mixture for 6 pints, although we got 7 there, but keep our math straight. So we'll be putting 9 cups of water,
10, because it's never right.
Okay, we're going to put 10 cups of water. And then we need 3/4 cup of apple cider vinegar and 3/4 cups of sugar. That should do 7 pints or 7 quarts. And then bring that mixture to a boil. We're using a pretty good sized saucepan there because it's quite a bit of, so that's the apple cider vinegar?
Yes.
So now we just add the sugar.
How much sugar?
That will be, let's see, half cup for 6. So if you look over there in the little saucepans, we have our lids boiling. We already did some salsa this morning. That's what kind of started this on the canning bit this morning. My wife wanted to clean house. She still wants to clean house. Bring this to a boil and pour it into the jars. We'll run a butter knife to get the air out, all the air out of the jars as best we can. Hand tighten our lids, and then we're going to.
What happened to the salt? And there's supposed to be salt in here? Or in there? That guy added salt.
Oh, you're right. Add a tablespoon of salt to. Add a tablespoon of salt, half tablespoon for pints, tablespoon for quarts.
To each one?
To each one. So yeah, we're going to add a tablespoon of salt. That would have been a critical component that we would have left out if you would have said something. waiting on it to boil. And come out here in the backyard. As you see, our chickens out of their pen way out there, and they walked up here to the house. And in here catching some grasshoppers and stuff, and looking to see if we've got a treat. Looks like Mom got them a little bit of bread. Who is that? That's Rhoda.
Do not peck my fingers.
There's Clarabelle. And Hey. Girls, y'all don't want to eat? We're missing a red hen.
You're missing a blonde.
Blonde hen.
Chicka, chicka, chicka. Chicka, chicka, chicka.
I don't know if you've seen our Brahmas in a while, but they have grown. They've outgrown the Orpingtons.
She may be out there in the box.
Oh, she probably ran out there to lay an egg. She is. I see her. She's in this box way out there. But yeah, these Orpingtons with the huge hens. A couple of them nearly as tall as a rooster. The first time we videoed these guys, they were smaller than the Orpingtons.
Ow!
Now they're half a head taller.
Easy, sister.
She will get the fingers. Go crow for me. He gets upset when I do that. Okay, my wife just corrected me. It's not a half.
It's not a
tablespoon of salt per quart. It's a teaspoon of salt per quart. So, disclaimer: do as I don't. No, you can't do as I say. Do as she say. Maybe I should have her reading the recipe, and I should be performing it. Anyway, we're waiting on our mixture to boil. Well, and even after increasing that, we're not going to have enough mixture. Maybe because a couple of our jars weren't stacked as tight as you would on if you had smaller diced squash. Just like that one she's doing right now, it's got a lot of space in there. Those rings were so big. So we're going to have to make enough for 2 more jars. Okay, we got our mixture back going. She is topping off the last 2 jars here. You can kill your power there. A little more.
It's up the room.
Okay. Jax, we don't need your help. Jax.
You stack those a lot better.
Well, you had some smaller ones I was able to put in around them. So as soon as she's done with those 2, we will add them to our water bath here and drop them down. Make sure the water covers the lids completely, and then we will bring the water to boiling, let it boil for 10 minutes, and then take them out and listen for the pops. Best to let them set
24
overnight,
hours.
24 hours. Well, yeah, a lot of people say 24 hours before you even move them. And then check your seal. Take your, not everybody takes their rings off, but we do, just to make sure you don't get a false seal on them. And I watched a guy do this and opened up a jar that was 2 years old, and they fried up really good. So let's hope this works the exact same way. I'll have to do a video on it when we do it. Okay, we got them in the pot. Let's hope we got the water about the right height. Might have to. Oh, I got too much. Still don't think I need it quite that full. Once it starts boiling, it's going to try to boil over. Let's take another one of these.
Just remember you need about a half inch over your.
Yeah, right now we're 1.5 inches, 2 inches over. Probably a better way of labeling this too, but that's when they call me the noob. Anyway, once we drop it down in here, get it to boiling, 10 minutes, take them out.
And if they don't work for frying, I still have them for casseroles and soups, and
True.
they're actually just preserved.
We're just hoping. And a lot of people says they're fine this way, as long as you rinse them. As long as you rinse this vinegar mix off of them. All right, let's set this thing to cook. We're already pretty hot. Let's see what we're setting up. I think I have a digital thermometer somewhere, but okay, we've been cooking for boiling for 10 minutes. So grab your little jar, grab it. Take these guys out, set them down on a towel. Start listening for the pop. I guess you have to hear it pop. Check it the next day, make sure they're sealed. I know when we did this salsa earlier this morning, they popped almost immediately when we took them out. Sometimes it'll take a while, 20 minutes or so, 20, 30 minutes sometimes for the pop. So there we go. One of them we had to split them because they were just so big. They wouldn't go in these small mouth jars. But all the other 6 will be used for frying, hopefully. And we will be listening for the pop here. And as I said earlier, be sure to rinse these things 2 or 3 times before you try to fry them. Should be good for a few years, I would think so. So if you like this video, give us a like. Give us a comment. Let us know what you're canning this year and how you're canning. I'm real curious about who's doing some unusual water bathing. Subscribe to our channel, and we will see you on the next video. This is the noob. I'm out.